Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, Sweet Little Notes. Today I will be covering promposal ideas for the instrumental music department, specifically if you are a band or orchestra person. Now let's get started. So my first idea would be the mini orchestral entrance, and this works best if you and the person you want to ask out is in band or orchestra, or you have musical friends. So how it works is that a few band or orchestra friends come in and play a short, sweet song that everybody would recognize, and then you would walk in at the final chord of the song and hold a sign up that says, "Will you go to prom with me?" And some good music choices for this would be Canon in D, A Thousand Years, or Perfect. So the second idea I have is a solo instrument ask. So you don't need a full band, just yourself and your date. And this works great if you play one of the following instruments, but it's not limited to these instruments. So violin, trumpet, piano, guitar, and saxophone. And you would play a short instrumental version of a romantic song or a favorite song, and then you would tell them like, "Oh, can I go to prom with you?" Or, "I practiced this because I wanted to ask you if you wanted to go to prom." So the next idea would be marching band surprise. So this would work great if you or your school have a marching band, and before you do this, I would ask the band director or the marching band director to make sure this is okay. And during like lunch or an after school practice, you would play like a short hype cadence, and then after your song, you would ask your date out, or you can have the marching band march in a certain arrangement that spell out, "Will you go to prom?" And then the next idea would be a sheet music reveal, my personal favorite, and this is a low-key option if you prefer a little more intimate private ask. And you could create like a fake sheet music that reads prom, or you can also use MuseScore for this with music editing, and you can edit the title to say, "Will you go to prom with me?" This was the option I went with when I asked my date out. So the next option is another intimate private ask, low-key ask, practice, and this would happen in the practice room. And you would practice with whoever you want to ask out, and then after practice or during practice, you can ask them. So the next method would be a concert premiere proposal, and this would be great if you enjoy concerts or performing in front of others, and this would require you to ask some musical friends for help. But you would tell your date that you would want feedback on a new arrangement you're working on, and then set it up in a band or orchestra room, and then you and your friends would start playing a short instrumental piece, and then halfway through, you would change the melody into a recognizable romance theme, and then someone would flip a music stand, and on the music stand it would read prom or "Will you go to prom with me?" And then some songs that would work great with this is maybe like something sweet, like Canon or in D, or Married Life, or I like a river flows in you, and it feels like they're watching a performance that is specifically made for them. So choose a song that is meaningful to you and for your date. So the next idea I have is the conductor moment, and if you don't mind including your date in on the fun, this is a great option for you. So you can hand a baton to your date and ask them if they can conduct a piece for you. Then the band or orchestra would start playing, and on their first downbeat, the musicians flip their sheet music into letters that spell "Will you go to prom with me?" So the next idea that I have that might work well is an orchestra flash mob, and if you and your date enjoy a cinematic reveal, then this is a perfect option for you. So you would have musicians scattered around a courtyard, and if your school has like some sort of plaza, you could do it there. And one instrument would start playing a piece, and then others would slowly join in from different spots around the courtyard or the plaza. And soon, there's enough instruments that join in to create a full ensemble. And then you step forward at the climax of the piece and then ask your date to prom. And this would work great if you are in a courtyard or a plaza that is full of people, so your date won't suspect a thing. So, um, some more, I guess, hints or ideas if you and your date are both in the same band or orchestra class. So you could hide a message in their sheet music when they're not looking, and or you can also play a duet with them, and then after the duet, you could ask them out. Or you can do a section by section reveal. So this would be each section of the band or orchestra is part of the message. So for example, flutes will hold up will, and then clarinets will hold up you, and then brass will hold up go, and then percussion would hold up to prom. And they would play a short repeating phrase while holding up the signs or form the words musically. And then also a post rehearsal surprise tag on, which would be wait until the rehearsal or class is finished, and then as you're like putting away your instruments, then you can like walk and ask them casually. And some more tips that are not related to any of the ideas are that you should keep it under 1 or 2 minutes. And then for the more public ones, make sure your date is okay with the public attention. If not, I would stay to the more private and intimate ones. And then practice the timing so when you actually do it, you can feel confident. And then make sure you smile, because who doesn't like a smiling person? And make sure that the person you are asking out is part of the music if possible, and then tell the story through the song you choose. And then most importantly, have fun while you are doing this. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you found this helpful, please share this with a friend, and I hope you and your date or a group of friends will have a great time at prom this year.